Let's build the menu here at the Juice Bar. NFL Week 1. We got a couple plays for you. Yeah. A little appetizer, a little entree, and of course we got to cap it with some dessert. Alex Monaco, we're squad riding here on the appetizer. Talk to me about your play.
Carpool lane. You a carpool?
Yo, we're going
carpool
through
lane
everything.
Guy? You a carpool lane guy?
Yeah.
What do they call it?
I went to school in Arizona. That was the first time I saw the carpool lane.
Do you call it a diamond lane? I heard diamond lane's a thing.
Well, that's the logo that's in there.
Yeah. People get
the HOV lane.
There you go. All right. I've actually seen people dress up like a mannequin in their thing, with like tinted windows so they could carpool. That's real. That's real.
But
what are we
together.
squad riding on?
We're rolling
what
together.
are we carpooling in?
Do us all a solid and say this man's name in his entirety for the Houston Texans.
Coleridge Bernard Stroud IV. I don't want to hear him called C.J. Stroud.
Let's go.
His name is Coleridge, and he is a bad man. We're aligned. Texas minus 2.5. Talk to me.
There's a crazy stat out here about the Colts. Their last Week 1 win, 2013. Look, Anthony Richardson comes in. Let's not act like this Colts team wasn't a bottom 5 defense last year. And I went back to double check. Coleridge was sensational against the Colts. No blemish on his record as far as turnovers. Average over 300 yards against them. Sure, I know the infrastructure of the Colts is getting better. Offensive line, JT's locked in. Couple of pieces for A-Rich to throw to. This team, Houston, got better on defense, got better on offense. I could keep going, but that turnover differential, which I believe they were tied for 4th in the league at plus 10, they don't turn the ball over, and the defense is going to be there. Shout out Will Anderson.
Coleridge Bernard, Stroud IV. First 8 games, 14 touchdowns, 1 interception, 283.8 yards a game. That's 103 quarterback rating. I trust him.
Yes.
I trust the additions. And I know a lot of squares are going to be on this side. And
we're probably on the public side.
There's a lot of public, love for the Texans and what Danielle Hunter being added. I do not care. I need to see Anthony Richardson show me something. It is a divisional game on the road.
Right.
That they are familiar with each other. I still think as long as this number doesn't hit the key of 3, I would lay 2.5 with the Texans all day, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Colts 2-4 as a home dog last year.
There you go.
Against the spread.
Let's roll over to the entree. 4 p.m. games.
Yeah, baby.
What are you looking at here?
Ooh, they say don't make emotional purchases, but I don't really shop, so I got to go right into it. And this is a leader of men. Let's make a statement. Chargers -3. Again, I know I'm going to be on the public side here. I see you making that bet. I know you don't love it.
No,
I know you don't love it.
The leader of men, I think he is a difference maker, man. Like, he has an innate ability to get people to play outside themselves, and he lifts people up. That whole thing with Kaepernick and Alex Smith banging on the shoulder pads and stuff, that, impacted. He brings that element. So,
And again, Herbert, historically against the Raiders, takes care of the ball, 15 tugs to 2 interceptions. This is going to be one of those actually kind of Baltimore Ravens type strategy games where Harbaugh and Herbert are not going to air this ball out to Will Dissly and Joshua Palmer, if people out there can even name who he's going to be throwing to. This is going to be Greg Roman's offense, J.K. Dobbins, Gus Bus Edwards, win the turnover differential, let Minshew go run around, try to beat you in the pass game. And I just think if this comes down to coaching, this is a divisional game at home, which, for Chargers games, is no real home. But I got to lay the 3 here. A lot of these Raider-Charger games end sort of on the numbers. So this could be a 24-21 Chargers win and we get a push. I'm high on the Chargers. If they cannot beat the Raiders at home Week 1, we're in hot water.
Sounds like me talking about the Bears. All right, I'm going to go to Cleveland and talk about the Cowboys and the Browns.
Love it.
No side, no total. I'm going to go prop.
Okay.
I'm going to go Dakota Prescott over 35.5 pass attempts -120.
All right.
The run game is non-existent. Zeke is not the answer in any way, shape, or form. And I believe that defense is going to be rock solid against the run, especially if Zeke is getting a majority of the carries. Give me Dak Prescott to throw it 40-plus times. He is going to be asked every single game to bail those guys out via his arm, and it starts Week 1. I think he throws the ball a ton in week 1 on the road in Cleveland. I'll take over 35.5 pass yards. Really quick, give me some dessert. What are you looking at?
I like that. I'm going right back to Ford Field, baby. I'm taking my original car I drove, 03 Ford Ranger, bucket seats in the back, and I'm taking the Rams. Again, we talked about it a little bit.
That was kind of crazy because, Ford, Detroit, the Lions, and then you switched it.
And then I switched it.
Wow.
I'm going to take –
like someone might have thought you were about to take the Lions right there.
I'm going to take a Ford truck into Ford Field
that's
and
crazy.
tailgate like a SoCal kid.
And then take the Rams.
Look, two top 5 teams against the spread. This is a number play for me. If I'm getting 3 in a hook, I know this team, phenomenal at home, Detroit. Everything going for them.
Sure.
This is I call it the beer pong rebuttal game. I really believe the LA Rams felt like they should have won that game. The Stafford homecoming. Let's get all emotion out of the way. All dog. I think this is a Rams team. It's going to make the playoffs. It's going to make the Niners sweat in the West. I'm not saying they go into Detroit and win this game. They cover, lose by 3 or less. And for what it's worth, they lost by a single point and won every quarter after the first quarter in that playoff game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because we know how familiar McVay is with Goff and the crew. But Detroit has been awesome at home, and we know Goff plays well indoors. I'm going to go to the Rams side. Another prop. Kyron Williams, anytime touchdown, -120. Ooh. He's going to be the feature back. Coming down the stretch last year, he averaged 5.4 yards a carry.
Yep.
He is one of the best backs in the league right now today. With guys like Josh Jacobs getting older, Aaron Jones at a new squad, I think you're going to see some stuff from Kyron Williams this year out of LA that are going to be eye-opening for people that weren't locked in. Anytime TD for Kyron Williams. That's the menu.
I love it.
Those are the plays for week 1. Eat up.
I mean, anytime you got a pen in your hand talking, it's like I have to co-sign.
Eat up.
He's got the beard and the pen. Oh, man.
Eat up.
I'm tailing.